And we're back. ARTHOUSE.NYC is a digital art gallery and international art collective devoted to all things artistic, colorful, and larger than life in one of the greatest cities in the world. Now, the recent exhibition, the Hero Art Project, portraits honoring healthcare workers who actually have passed away while fighting COVID-19. And joining me now to share more details is the curator and event producer at ARTHOUSE.NYC, Susannah Perlman. And Susannah, thank you so much for being with us. And when we talk about paying homage to those who actually gave their life serving and really trying to make the city better at its worst time, you decided to put this at the forefront of your work.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having us on. Yeah, I mean, during the pandemic, I think a lot of individuals, especially our event business was, just kind of very, very dormant. And instead of sitting on my couch, I just felt like we needed to do something to add comfort to a lot of these people's lives who were lost and the families they left behind. So we came up with a Hero Art Project to put artists in our community together with these families to create portraits of their loved ones to remember and honor them.
And so as you create this, you've got the families, you've got those artists who are coming together. Talk to me about your artists. When you introduced the idea and said, this is what you want to do, what was the reception like?
It was overwhelmingly positive. Everyone wanted in, and everyone wanted to be a part of it because everyone was in the same boat, and to lend their talent and their time to heal, to help heal the world was just incredibly impactful. And it's amazing. I get notes from people who started with us in 2020 who participated, who just said, this is just such a beautiful project. Thank you so much for, letting me know about it and including me. So, and our art community is a wide range. We were as young as 15, as old as 85. So it's definitely everything in between, and literally all over the planet.
Yeah.
And what we found is that the medical community sort of mirrored our community in a way because they also were from all over the planet, working in the United States as healthcare workers. So there's definitely was a synergy there.
And it had to be a great feeling, particularly for families, to be able to have their loved one honored,
Yeah.
to be remembered in a way that will be, you can share that memento of legacy for time to
Yep.
come.
Definitely, definitely. And remember, a lot of these families weren't able to have a traditional funeral, which is, very much a part of our healing process, and our trajectory is to gather with family members, to have those loved ones, and to have that kind of, Skype and Zoom are great, but they do not they can't compare to having people there in person. And so we felt like this honored their loved one in a very public way. We having it at in venues like at the Big Screen Plaza, or we were in the Ballyhoo boats in Miami. We were on billboards, Lamar advertising out in California and Las Vegas, and then on the Link NYC kiosks all over town. That allowed people to have that honor in a very public space, so they could gather safely and and remember their loved one, because they had given so much to their families, but also to their communities, and you know and sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice, this very challenging time that we've been
Yeah.
experiencing in the last year. So, it definitely hit like a lot of, things that, as I say, avoid that needed to be filled. So there was something, really wonderful to be a part of that process.
Yeah, you mentioned the places that the Hero Art Project was actually seen, and one of the places, of course, is the iconic New York Life building right
Yes.
downtown Manhattan. For yourself, what does that mean to be able to see this kind of tribute, this kind of legacy? But then, as we said, across NYC, across the United States, with more and more people really paying homage and saying there were some real great frontline workers who really laid it
Yes.
all out for us.
So yeah, so we partnered with the Brave of Heart Project, which is an initiative for New York Life and E for E, to do an exhibit at the building, um, to honor the healthcare workers. And the Brave of Heart Fund is a fund that actually is given that a grant that is given to the family's healthcare workers to cover funeral expenses, to cover living expenses, because a lot of these people, not only they lose their loved one, a lot of them lost their breadwinner. And so this particular grant was very essential for a lot of these individuals to kind of get their lives back on track. So and I really thank them for bringing us along for the ride, because it just our projects kind of aligned with one another, since they
Right.
dealt with the same individuals.
Coming up in the future, how can people be able to see more of the Hero Art Project and the other work that you have at arthouse.com?
Well,
I should say
tonight we are
.nyc, I'm sorry.
arthouse.nyc, just like the website.
I know, right?
So we're at the Big Screen Plaza. That's where we started, which is behind the Kimpton Hotel on 26th and I'm sorry, 29th and 6th Avenue, West 29th and 6th Avenue. We're right behind the building. And what's really wonderful about this is that for the entire pandemic, the plaza where this screen is was closed off to the public. Well, now it's open to the public and people can come and see it. And then the other thing that we're planning for the end of the year is to do an exhibit on the Washington Mall. So fingers crossed. We are, raising funds to make that a reality, and we hope to. So those are our two big projects, for 2022.
Susannah, thank you so much. I mean, it's a great
Thank
project.
you.
I hope that we can see you on the Washington Mall. Certainly, we've already saw you downtown. Want to see more
Please.
of it. And thank you for thinking about those who actually paid the ultimate sacrifice, who really took care of us in our time of uncertainty. And now you're doing that and giving back. Thank you so much.
And thank you for having us on. I really do appreciate it.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
we want our viewers to know now. If you want more information, go ahead and visit the website at arthouse.nyc. Don't do .com, do .nyc. Follow them on social media at arthouse.nyc.